Hi friends, I'm Katie, and if you're new here, I have multiple autoimmune diseases, and my body hurts all the time. Arthritis is bad. Sometimes when I'm not feeling good, I don't want to lay in bed, so I find other little things to do, like paint. I have already painted this canvas white. It was a picture that someone had given me that didn't really match the vibe of our house. So I'm gonna turn it into something else. You can see here, I do have my primary colors to mix. I also have white, I have brown, I happen to have a green. So let's see what we come up with. When I'm doing any type of art, I just like to let the wind take me and just go for it. So I'm gonna start first by adding some masking tape for some lines. I did add some texture when I did the base. And you can still kind of see the old picture through, and that's okay. I just needed a more solid canvas. So, masking tape. I like to save egg cartons and use them as, little palettes for our paint. So as you can see here, I put my primary colors in with spaces in between. Don't worry about that little spill because we're gonna mix there. But then you can mix your colors in between. Now when you're mixing colors, always remember to start with the lightest color first. Only add a small amount of your darker color. So for example, if you are making orange, we'll say, start with a good amount of the yellow and then just dab in the red, because that color that has more pigment is gonna overtake, and it's so much harder to lighten a color than it is to darken it. So now you can see I've made some secondary colors here. I have made an orange, a purpley violet, green. I cheated on that because I already had a green. And then I can leave spaces here for more tertiary colors when you get into your yellow oranges and your teals and your pinks. Okay, so here's my palette. I'm not using any blacks or browns in this. And I like to leave this one empty because I can put my brush in there. So I actually think I'm gonna paint this upside down. I'm gonna continue the colors throughout. Hopefully they blend and work out. I hope you enjoy. My painting keeps falling off the easel. I sometimes like to apply my paint and then go in and blend it out with a different brush. This thing will not stay on. I gotta get a better easel. Just kidding, this canvas is just really good. And see how you can see the white through it? That's kind of what I want to do. Now we need a little blue in this other corner. Just to kind of adding that blue in. And now I'm not sure if you can see or not, but on the bottom here, I'm adding more into green. So it's gonna kind of coincide with each other. I don't know, I told you, I just make sure to just adding the green, and then I go in with this brush and kind of blend and add texture. And we're gonna get even more colors. So now down in here, we're getting quite green. And we're just gonna marry that up through. And in the middle here, I might, or hope that we're getting into like, back into yellow. So it might have like a galaxy vibe, but we'll see. So I wasn't really digging the way that this pinkish purple color that I had in here was working out. So I went ahead and mixed a little more purple, and that's okay. You can adapt, you can adjust. I love color theory. Fun fact, I have always been obsessed with color theory since elementary school. It's part of the reason that I probably became such a successful hairdresser before I got sick. I even have a color wheel tattoo here. I love mixing color. So something else I like to do is just add dots of the next color that you're going to move into, or colors that you want to blend, because your paint is still wet, so you can blend them together to create new colors. So I added some red into here and into here, and I'm going to blend that out, and we'll be moving more into pink or red tone. Now you can see here as I'm smudging this out, that red is marrying nicely with that purple, and we're getting more of a pinky maroon. And the same up here. And I did take this off, but I want to kind of continue the purple theme. Don't forget to get your edges, because when we take this tape off, you want to be able, your canvas to be fully painted. Okay, as you can see, I have added some pinks and oranges, and I'm going to continue that into yellow. And I want this middle for me to be like a very light yellow, almost white. So we'll come back. Okay, so here we have it. Now, if you remember from the beginning, I said that I wanted to paint this upside down. So we're gonna flip it this way, and then we're gonna pull some paint. Not paint, mistake of doing this when your canvas is dry, and it's okay to let it set for a few, but I find that while it's still pretty damp, it's best to pull it because your paint will kind of stick to the tape and then you're going to end up pulling off your work. Remember to go nice and slow. And sometimes I didn't have it sealed enough down here. If you can see that. Yeah, see, so the paint seeps under a little bit, but it's fine. It's art, right? And voila! What do you think?